Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the world. I'm James J. It's Tuesday night. It's time to go GT4 racing Midwest Motorsports style. Thanks for joining me. I'm flying solo tonight. Shout out to Josh Watt for running the Twitch stream. Designed in 1969, built at the end of 1972, the 3.4 kilometer, 2.1 mile Misano circuit in Italy is our track tonight. Qualifying is completed. Logan Bowl has put it on the pole in the Porsche. Shea McNeely is going to share the front row with him. Chase Fincher, Michael Odell, row 2. Walker McNulty, Francis Faustino, row 3. Good qualifying for the top 6. Steve Hansel and your AM division leader, Ron Cabiltes, with a big lead in the AM series, qualified 8th tonight. So great qualifying for Ronald in the McLaren. CJ Barzak qualified 9th. John Daniels wraps out the top 10. Couple of people starting from pit lane after manufacturers changes, including Ian Bakaitis. We have a couple of new entries tonight as well. Welcome to the Midwest Motorsports GT4 Series, Chris Thaler. He and Norm Snyder are rounding out the field in the back, but they are racing, which is more than I can say for anybody who is not racing. 26 cars tonight line up the field. We are waiting for everybody to come to the track. This track is actually designed for motorcycles, so lots of lean angle designed when they were making the track, designing the track. So that means lots of braking and turning at the same time, multiple different racing lines. We're going to see some incredible racing. We're glad you're here. Cars are rolling off. Once again, shout out to Logan Bowl for putting it on the pole in the black and blue Porsche. Shea McNeely. Welcome back, Shea. Not been able to participate in all the races this season, but when he is here, you know he's going to be fast. Chase Fincher and Michael Odell, row 2. It's going to be a battle to watch there as well. And look at Walker McNulty with the new paint scheme tonight, and Francis Faustino with an amazing qualifying. Really good to see Francis have a good starting position tonight, also in the Porsche. So many amazing drivers in this field. Midwest Motorsports we've had a lot of fun this season. And really glad you're here to watch it all unfold tonight. Brian Coxon is your current points leader, and he is not in the field tonight. Michael Odell closely behind, and then Chase Fincher. Then Jason Phillips also missing from the field. Justin Thaler missing from the field. So tonight, we're going to see a big shakeup in the points. But first, we're going to go green flag for 60 minutes, one pit stop. Pit window opens at 20 minutes, closes at 40, about, as we're making our way around the final few corners into the last hairpin, turn 14. Again, 3 or 4 apexes around this back section before headed to the hairpin hard right-hander that we're coming into now. So multiple different racing lines through this section. Takes a lot of discipline. As they round turn 15 and the pit entry, Logan Bowl is going to bring us to the start of the race. Pace car is going to drop off into pit lane. The black and blue Porsche will have control of the field. Chase Fincher and Michael Odell in row 2. And we are racing. It's time! As they make their way through the first section, chicane, right, left, right. Now into turn 3 and out of turn 3 for the three-way. And it looks like Logan Bowl, Chase Fincher, Michael Odell. Shea McNeely's dropped back to 4th. Now we're coming back on the front straight. I'm sorry. On the turn, out of turn 6, down the long middle straight, I guess we could say. Doing the best I can with the cameras that we've got. CJ Barzak looking great. Holding down P7 right now. Michael Odell, Walker McNulty looking inside Shea McNeely. Logan Bowl, Chase Fincher, Shea McNeely, Michael Odell, and then Walker in the purple, yellow McLaren. Single file now through the long backstretch, through a flat out kink here. Now we're into turn 12, 13 section. Top 2 have broken away. Logan Bowl maybe getting an off track there. 15 off tracks, and you finally get a warning. More racing back here. Kevin Bridges in the McLaren. Taylor Montague looking up at Aaron Mitchell. David Stark in the BMW. Jesse Coffey, we know he's fast. As they come around to complete their first lap, he's got Ron Cabiltas on the outside now. He's going to switch back at Ron Cabiltas in the Gulf livery McLaren. We'll have the inside, but he leaves plenty of room for Jesse and Robert Snar in the blue Mercedes behind him. And off they go. Jesse Coffey giving it everything he can, locking up the brakes in the braking zone. Ron Cabiltas and David Stark in the BMW. David Stark gets sideways on the thing. Oh, no. I believe that's Robert Snar. It might be Kevin Mayer. Nope. Kevin Bridges. Got crossed up. Looks like Taylor Montague was there with him. Want to see what happened. It looks like they got up on the curbing. Oh, no. Sorry, guys. My camera's just disconnected on me. All right, let's see what happens here. Is the cars in front? Oh, just putting on the power. Goes sideways. That might have been Taylor Montague that also got crossed up. Back live now. No changes up front. Logan Bowl, Chase Fincher hot on his tail, though. And then another second and a half back to Michael Odell. Shea McNeely, Walker McNulty is missing from this. Walker McNulty back now behind Francis Faustino. Really curious to find out what happened to Walker while we were watching the McLaren lose it on the curbing. How did Walker McNulty lose all his track position? He was battling with Shea McNeely and then took a big chance and got it wrong somewhere. Thanks for bearing with me while I try to sort this out. Yep, there he goes. Oh, it just went wide. Following Michael Odell, getting pressure from behind. Oh, just deep into the curbs. Too bad for Walker. He does a good job keeping it together. Francis Faustino goes by. John Daniels looks by but does not get around him. As Jesse Coffey and Ron Kabiltas still continue to have their amazing race. Here we are live. Jesse Coffey has maintained the position. Back up to the front we go as Michael Odell has got around Shea. Really want to see how that happens. These guys are cream of the crop in the pro division. Michael Odell quite possibly the points leader now. With Brian Coxon out. No major change. We'll go back to live racing as they go under the bridge. Incredible racing, great driving here. These guys, top four, are going to duke it out with pit strategy, conserving tires, and consistent lap times, lap after lap after lap after lap. There's a reason these guys are in the pro division. And shout out to CJ Barzak. Sorry it's taking so long to get the timing tower up. You got it now. Thanks, Josh. And great to see Steve Hansel having a good race. He and CJ Barzak. I know CJ had a hosted session and put in some great practice times. Very fast, familiar with the track. And Francis Faustino still holding down a strong P7 in front of Walker McNulty. Steve Hansel comes across the start-finish line for another lap. Into the turn 1-2 chicane. Out of turn 2, power down. Turn 3, then 3 right-handers, 4, 5, and 6. Walker McNulty looking to get around Francis. Francis, Faustino, Walker McNulty. Francis leaves him room. Walker has Francis on the inside. Francis does a great job leaving room for Walker. Now he's vulnerable to John Daniels. And here we go. John Daniels side by side. Francis Faustino's going to lose 2 spots. As he left room for Walker McNulty, John Daniels follows him through, takes advantage of a vulnerable Francis Faustino, but it's a long race. Francis is going to do consistent laps. It's David Stark and Robert Snarr going at it back here. David Stark in the yellow BMW, Robert Snarr in the blue Mercedes AMG with a great paint job here for Robert Snarr. Then behind them, Dan Gish and Aaron Mitchell going at it as well. But Robert Snarr trying to find a way around David Stark. Again, different lines on entry. Let's ride with Robert Snarr now as we're working our way out of turn 6 on the power. Oh, that's not turn 6. Sorry about that. Coming around turn 16 to start a new lap. Filling up the mirrors. Robert Snarr into the chicane. Right, left, right. Which is not really a chicane. It's more like 3 defined turns. But we're all going to set up this long right-hand sweeper. Find the braking zone for turn 4. Multiple different ways to take this as we get a great view here. Robert Snarr showing us how to exit turn 6. Now down the long back stretch. Should I say middle stretch. Through a little kink at turn 7. Hard left, turn 8. Robert Snarr using all the entry, trying to figure out a way to gain time. Looks like he's lost a little bit there, but it's the long race coming up on the 10-minute mark. The battle for 6, 7, 8, 9 goes on. John Daniels and CJ Barzak. Single file now. Francis Faustino has not left the group. He's still in this fight. One mistake by any of these guys, and you can lose 2 spots. We saw it happen to Francis earlier. No change up front. The top 5. Trying to find some close battles here. Travis Rowe and Brian Sarton are going at it. See if we can find them. Travis Rowe with a paint job change. He's got the walrus paint. I love it. Oh, it's the missile. Side by side, BMW versus BMW. If you missed it, Travis Rowe has got a missile on the side. He, at the Nürburgring, had a wheel disconnect or some technical issue and T-boned Michael Odell. And this is his way of apologizing. Of course, there's no hard feelings whatsoever. Looks like Aaron Mitchell got around Dan Gish there. So move Aaron Mitchell up a spot. But Travis Rowe showing his sense of humor and, again, the great camaraderie at Midwest Motorsports. Travis Rowe is a perfect example of that. We appreciate you. We like your attitude. Love your attitude, Travis. And this is his way of letting everybody know the missile's coming through. Good on you. Thanks, Travis. Kevin Merritt in the BMW as well. Kevin Bridges recovering from his McLaren spin earlier. Can Adrian Fedorowski catch back up? As we have thought I saw a change up front. Dan Gish and Aaron Mitchell still going at it hard. Taylor Montague recovering from an earlier spin. He's got Ian Bakaitis in the BMW up ahead, who had a pit lane start. So he's Ian Bakaitis working his way up around Norm Snyder. Then Andrew Miller in the McLaren. But Taylor Montague is going to try to follow Ian Bakaitis. As Ian Bakaitis has a manufacturer change and a pit lane start. Last season's AM Division season champion. As they start lap number 7. Awesome to see number 22, Ian Bakaitis, keeping his Mission 22 logo. Oh, as he goes wide. Can Taylor Montague take advantage? No. Really hard to do that in this section. Now down the long back stretch, BMW stretches its legs. The AMG reels them in towards the end. And now at turn 8, single file. We have a change for the lead. Chase Fincher got around Logan Bull. See how it happened. Chase Fincher's been working hard this week on trying to find a way around the track, and he's done it. Braking zone. This is the end of the lap, turn 11, 12, and 13. And then through 13 that we're going through now, sees his spot and takes advantage. Logan Bull has no choice but to let him go. Chase leaves plenty of room on the exit. But now we go through turn 16 to start the next lap. And that's how Chase Fincher gets around through turn 16 and consider it done. Chase Fincher seals the deal. New leader, but these guys have pulled away from Michael Odell and Shea McNeely. Can Shea McNeely do the same thing? Again, still going to play out on the pit strategy. Sorry about that. Got distracted for a second. Shea McNeely using all the track. Steve Hansel now under attack from Walker McNulty, who's pulled away from John Daniels. Francis Faustino got around CJ Barzak. But Walker McNulty showing strong pace after a good qualifying. Just one spot back from his qualifying position after a couple of bad corners earlier in the race. On cold tires, he's making up for it. And the McLaren trying to chase down the Porsche. Steve Hansel. Walker McNulty with a new paint. It's like stained glass or something. I'm not 100% sure, but I like it. Definitely stands out in the crowd. Let's check on the battle of Ron Kabiltas and Jesse Coffey. Still pretty tight. Once again, currently leading the AM division, Ron Kabiltas in P11. P14 is his closest competitor. AM division drivers have a red designation by their number on the timing tower. Scored the same amount of points per position, but only fighting their division competitors. Travis Rowe now trying to get around Aaron Mitchell. The missile's coming through. We know he's going to do it clean. It's BMW versus BMW. Wrong camera. Looking back from the nose of Aaron Mitchell, Travis Rowe running an alternate line. Travis Rowe running the M4 BMW. You can see the differences here, at least in the body work. With the lurking Dan Gish in the background. Awesome racing here at Misano Circuit. Coming up on the pit window open. Dan Gish looking aggressive here. Let's see if Travis Rowe can make the move on Aaron. Travis Rowe is a pro driver. Aaron Mitchell, an AM driver. But still, every position matters for both of them. Both of these guys. So it's great to see the BMWs side by side in comparison. They sound a little bit different. They definitely look different. The M4 kidney beans still are growing on me as he takes a different line. Aaron Mitchell goes wide. Travis Rowe sees an opening. Aaron Mitchell closes the door, slams the door shut. He doesn't just close it. He slammed that door. No thank you. Through turn 16 onto the front stretch. And we start lap 11. So pit window is open. If they pit now, they can make it to the end. With a full tank as Aaron Mitchell goes wide. Around turn 2, at the turn 3 exit, can Travis Rowe put the power down side by side? Long back stretch. I'm sorry, turn 4, 5, and 6 first. We got to get through these right-handers and a left-hander, number 6. Travis Rowe has lost the inside groove. Aaron Mitchell's compromised the inside. Dan Gish looking aggressive in the back. Can Travis Rowe put the power down? Side by side now through the long stretch. Turn 7, little kink here. Turn 8, the hard left-hander, and Travis Rowe is going to take the position. Let's see if he can pull away from Aaron Mitchell if Aaron fights back. Don't look now, but Aaron Mitchell still has to defend from Dan Gish or attack Travis Rowe. The Walrus Mitchell, I wish I could get the Walrus Missile. I wish I could get a little closer. Aaron Mitchell gives him a little bump there. Now Travis Rowe sees a little bit of daylight. Tough break. Christopher Hopper seems to have disconnected after some CPU issues. No changes up front. Chase Fincher, Logan Bolt, gap just about 1 second now. Michael Odell and Shea McNeely, 3 seconds back and a further 2 seconds back to Shea. Shea must have missed a couple of corners, but now Walker McNulty still on the prowl. This has been a long hunt for Walker McNulty, trying to hunt down the white Porsche of Steve Hansel. As Chase begins his 13th lap. And now these guys do as well through the 1, 2, and 3 section. I called it a chicane earlier, but really is 3 defined turns. As the Porsche looks like it was really fast through turns 1, 2, and 3. Steve Hansel changed to the Porsche this season after Aston Martin last season gave it a shot. So we are McLaren, Porsche, BMW, Porsche. Fast lap right now is Logan Bowl with the purple lap, 141.9. His most recent lap was a 142.4, less than half a second from his fastest lap. 13 laps within half a second. Incredible consistency with these top runners, especially in the pro division. My hat's off to you. Takes a lot of discipline and skill. Michael Odell here, also running consistent laps. 42.0 is his best, and a 42.06 actually was his last lap, was his fastest. I don't expect him to come in anytime soon, as he's wagging the tail, putting the power down on the front straight. Francis Faustino trying to find a way around John Daniels, get that position back. There's the 1, 2, and 3 section. As the Aston Martin of John Daniels wags the tail as well. Aston Martin getting sideways. It's exactly what Francis wanted to see. Francis looking up ahead at John, trying to figure out where he's going to be able to make a move. Where can he do it? There's the pro and the am split on the timing tower. John Daniels, Francis Faustino, both pros. Currently P7 and 8. Closest battle on the track. Steve Hansel now looking up at Shea McNeely. Porsche versus Porsche. Steve lost a little ground that lap. Nobody's pitted yet. Coming up on the halfway mark. Ooh, Logan Bull is caught back up to chase a little bit. Let's see. Not too much, still about 0.7 seconds back. Really got hard to find your braking zone, to find your apex. Just amazing how these guys crank out such consistent laps. Down to half a second now, another couple of tenths. They ebb and flow somewhat, but we know Logan Bull was on the pole as he managed his tires a little better than Chase. I believe it's the front left that gets the most wear at this track. I could be wrong. Logan Bull swings way wide. In his pursuit, again, the fastest lap of the race is Logan Bull. Jesse Coffey and CJ Barzak are having a battle. Jesse Coffey in the blue and black Porsche. CJ Barzak in the orange and black multicolors. John Daniels comes in the pits. He's the first taker. Can Jesse Coffey reel CJ in? Ooh, CJ lost a little time on the exit there. Can Jesse make a move with the Track Racer logo on his hood? I believe. Riding with Jesse as he looks up. Nice smooth steering inputs on the Porsche of Jesse Coffey. Jesse's fast lap so far 142.8. Last lap was a 143.1. 3/10 off his fast lap. Amazing. Up and down the field. No rain, thankfully. No weather. No surprises, thankfully. Taylor Montague and Ian Bacaitis. That battle is heating up. Here we go. These guys have been going at it for 30 minutes, side by side now. Can Taylor Montague finally complete the pass? A lot of respect shown by both drivers here, leaving room. Taylor Montague is going to pick his battles and choose another time to try to complete the pass. That way we don't ruin either one of our races. So we pass the pit lane entry and decide to stay out. Brian Sarton now in the pit lane in the BMW. Andrew Miller also in. Brian comes out. Chase Fincher leading Logan Bowl. This is for the lead of the race. Still 0.6 of a second. So coming up on Norm Snyder. Logan missed turn 5 there. Out of turn 6. Back to almost a full second. One mistake is all it takes. Now Chase has to deal with the lap car, and that might allow Logan to reel him back in. Michael's not too far back from this battle. Thanks, Norm. We appreciate you, man. Let's both cars by. Thank you, Norm. Norm's great oval driver. Testing his new McLaren wheel on his wheelbase. Enjoying the road series. I'm sure it's going to help him on the oval side, not only in the road courses, but anytime you're in your sim rig. Becomes a little more comfortable. And Logan Bowl tries the undercut. Chase Fincher stays out. Logan Bowl comes in for the lead right now. Logan Bowl on pit lane. Chase Fincher going to do the fastest lap that he can. See if he pits to cover. And what does Michael Odell do? Michael Odell stays out. Shea McNeely, his last lap was his purple lap. So Shea McNeely finding some speed right at the 27-minute mark. 141.86 to Logan Bowles 141.91. 0.05 faster for Shea McNeely. Norm pulls over and lets Shea go. Thanks, Norm. Fastest man on the track right now is this Porsche. Looking up at Michael Odell, trying to reel him in. 1.8 seconds back right now. Let's see if Shea can reel him in. And does Chase come out? No, he stays out. Oh, no, he hasn't made it back yet. Chase Fincher winding down. Does he come in? Yes, he does. Where's Logan? Race for the lead. Logan Bowl on his out lap. Logan spent 30.4 seconds in the pits. CJ Barzak with a 27-second stop. 24 for Adrian Fedorowski. Logan Bowl in the race of his life to get back to the start-finish line. Can he do it in front of Chase Fincher? Michael Odell in the pits as well. Walker McNulty, Francis Faustino, Ron Cabiltas, Robert Snar, all in the pits right now. Busy pit lane with 25 minutes to go. Logan Bowl is behind Chase Venture. By 4.3 seconds. Chase Venture with a 28-second stop. That's the 4 seconds. So Chase Venture, did he short fill? Did he only take 2? We will find out. I take that back. Jesse Coffey in front of Chase Venture. That's right. He hasn't stopped yet. Logan Bowl right at 4 seconds behind. 3-second difference. So in laps and out laps, now you see Logan Bowl. That's the difference in 1 and 2 when everybody stops. And Michael Odell has stopped and he has made up some time on Logan Bowl. 26-second stop for Michael Odell. Did he not take tires? Let's see if his lap times show the difference. Considerable difference there, at least about over almost 5 seconds. 5 seconds shorter stop for Michael Odell than Logan Bowl. And now he gets to make up some of that track position in the pit lane. So as the pit stops cycle through, everybody except Chris Thaler has stopped. I hope somebody told Chris Thaler he has to make a pit stop and get gas. Nice red, white, and blue for Chris. Glad you're here. This is the father of Justin and Eric Thaler, the founders of Midwest Motorsports. The senior Thaler, the elder, Stars and Stripes. Sure, he's getting all kinds of input from Justin and Eric on how to drive the road course and just the most importantly to have fun. Looks like Chris is having a great time holding his own out here. He is ahead of Norm. I know that's a interpersonal battle. He's 26 seconds ahead, but he's got to stop as well. So he's only ahead of Norm now because of the pit stops. But I hope you're having fun, Chris. We're glad you're racing. Taylor and Ian are still going at it. Taylor Montague in front of Ian Bakaitis now. Oh no, did Ian have a drive-through? Taylor Montague goes under the bridge at the kink in the middle straight towards turn 8. He's way in front of Ian now. Chase Fincher has gone by. The leaders, Ian now is 1 lap down. That is 21st position. Oh no. So a 35-second stop for Ian Bakaitis as he pulls over to try to let Logan go. Mad respect for you, Ian. Thank you, my friend. I know Logan appreciates it as he lets the other leaders, Michael Odell and Shea McNeely, go as well. Thank you, Ian. The battle for third is on the final step of the podium. Shea McNeely, Michael Odell. Shea McNeely still has the fastest lap of the race, but Michael Odell, remember, very fast pit stop. Shea McNeely also with a 26-second stop. So these guys came in on different laps, stopped almost exactly the same, and came out almost exactly the same. The fight continues. They are catching Logan Bull. Oh no, I'm hearing CJ Barzak has a drive through for too many off tracks. CJ, some people never learn. It's okay, I joke. CJ still in the top 10 position with Robert Snar right behind him. Oh, that's not Robert. Immediately behind him. All good. Francis Faustino in front of John Daniels now. After the pit stops, Francis has a nice lead. 2.5 seconds just about. And John Daniels has to work to get back around Francis if he wants it. Francis Faustino, strong P6 right now. Great run for Francis. Love to see it. Chase Fincher, 3.6. The battle for third and fourth, not far behind at all as we work through section one, turn 1, 2, and 3. Into turn 4 and 5. And now the hard left for 6 down the long stretch. Super consistent laps. And CJ is now serving his drive through. Tough break, CJ. I hate that for you. 17 minutes to go. Shea McNeely right on the bumper of Michael Odell. Here we go. Working our way through the back section of the track, 11, 12, and 13. Hard right-hander for 14. We're finishing the track, Shea McNeely looking in, looking out, going to follow Michael Odell through 15, into the final corner, 16. You can see the back end of Michael Odell as he points. Shea McNeely's got a good run. He's got a drive. Can he pop out for turn 1? Side by side. Into 1, 2, and 3. Not this lap. Michael Odell holds strong. You're going to have to surprise Michael, I believe. If you're going to get around him, you have to catch him when he's not expecting it. Advertising your move is not going to be the way to get around Michael Odell, I believe. Easy for me to say up here in the booth. Michael Odell takes a lot of curving. They're still chasing Logan Bull. Maybe that's the goal for Shea McNeely, is to follow Michael and catch Logan Bull, because they're racing so hard. Hard on the brakes for Shea McNeely. Michael Odell gets it slowed down a little sooner, is able to take a tighter line around turn 3, and now we're into 4, 5, and 6. Oh, Michael Odell misses the braking on the curbs, and that's the opportunity Shea McNeely was looking for. Again, so hard to brake and turn at the same time. You really have to be so smooth not to lock up the unweighted tire. And one mistake is all it took. And Shea McNeely had to be there to take advantage of that opportunity when it arose. Turn 1 and 2. Can Shea McNeely now reel back in, or is Michael Odell going to put the pressure on? We can ride with Michael Odell's BMW as he looks up at the current fastest time holder, Shea McNeely. Michael Odell really working the steering. Likes a very positive front end. Michael breaks the rear end loose early. Oh, we got a spinner, a looper. It was not Chase or Logan. Come on, cameras. BMW, black BMW I saw off. He's gathered it back up. Brian Sarton, I believe. Maybe not. Yes, it was. See what happened? Hard to find the right cameras. Chris Taylor gets around him as Brian gets it gathered back up. Oh, the leader going around him, Chase Fincher. On the outside, the blue McLaren is your leader, and Taylor Montague as well. And Brian Sarton holds strong, outbreaks himself, and that was the leader, Chase Fincher. Narrow escape there, ignoring the blue flags, but that definitely allowed Logan Bowl to reel back in some of that time. Taylor Montague is going to let him go, I hope. To battle, Michael Odell still behind. Live pictures now. The top four have tightened back up. Ooh, Aaron Mitchell goes wide to let everybody go right in front of Shea McNeely. That was dangerous. Aaron doing the best he can to get out of the way. See if there's any contact here. Aaron Mitchell in the BMW with the leader, Chase Fincher, right behind him. Aaron doesn't know where to go. I feel bad for Mr. Mitchell there. But then Aaron trying his best to stay out of the way. It's really hard if you don't know, if you haven't been in this situation before. So I don't think anybody faults Aaron. He got a little lockup there. Then he's made it too far, but then in the grass, that cuts right across in front of second and third. Learning experience as these Midwest Motorsports cars teach each other in real time. This is still in replay mode. Just want to make sure we didn't miss anything. And back to live pictures. 10 minutes to go. The race is on. Logan Bull has caught back up to Chase Fincher. Logan Bull with the 2 second longer stop. I don't know if that's fuel or tires. I'm not 100% sure. Hopefully, we'll find out after the race, but the battle is on. With 10 to go, I'm probably going to stick with the race here as the clouds above break up and the sun comes out. However temporarily it might be. Around the final turn, one more time. Chase Fincher, Logan Bowl, Shea McNeely, Michael Odell, 1, 2, 3, 4, all in your picture as Chase brings him around through 1, 2, and 3. Logan Bowl on a mission as they work their way around 1, 2, 3, and 4 all together. You can see the different racing lines and techniques. McLaren, Porsche, BMW. Shea McNeely, don't count him out. Awesome run tonight as he joins us again. But Logan Bowl in pursuit of the leader, Chase Fincher. This is the battle. Turn 11. 3 more right-handers and braking zones. Where do you find the time to brake and maintain as much speed as possible? Chase Fincher, picture perfect, line perfect. Logan Bowl trying to find a way around. Turn 15 and then one more. Final turn 16. Using the little bit of camber in the road right on the apex. Only in a couple of places. Logan Bowl into braking into turn 1 on Chase's bumper. Nothing doing yet. 7 minutes and 30 seconds to go. It's going to be about 3 more laps. Logan Bowl lining up for a great run out of turn 6. Can he make up some time on the straightaway? The McLaren stretches its legs. Logan actually lost a couple of milliseconds there. Shea McNeely's in this fight as well. Michael Odell, the BMW, a little farther behind Shea, only a full second. But we have been racing for 55 minutes, and this is what we've come to. 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. Chase Fincher, your leader, coming up on lap traffic. Can they work their way through lappers smoother this time? Kevin Bridges pulls over. Thank you, Kevin, on the pit straight. Logan Bowl blinking a little bit. Again, thank you, Kevin Bridges. We appreciate you, man. Great sportsmanship. Thank you, Kevin. You got one more behind you. And Michael Odell. Michael's going to be smooth about it as he's now lost his grip. Logan Bowl right on the... Oh, no, he loses it. No, Logan. Oh, my goodness. Keep it together. You can probably still hold on to 4th. Walker McNulty 26 seconds back. Logan Bowl just putting down the power. Trying. He knows he has 3 laps left. We'll catch back up with Shea McNeely, Michael Odell, and Chase Fincher. We'll see if he can do anything about it. Riding with Logan now. Your pole sitter, oh, he's already trying to find his spot. He might get an off track there. And yeah, that sent him up on the inner curbing, and around he goes. Tough break. Incredible. Incredibly tough for Logan Bowl. Oh no, I'm hearing Logan has a drive through now for incident overages. Too many off tracks. Trying to get to live pictures here. There we go. 1, 2, and 3. Chase Fincher, Shea McNeely, Michael Odell. They've got rid of the pole sitter, Logan Bull, and he unfortunately has to do a drive through. He's going to go down the walk of shame. Really hate that for him, man. Just unfortunate. Bad timing. A great run. Hold your head up, Logan. That was incredible. You had to make a move. Opportunities don't come easy here in the Midwest Motorsports Pro Series, especially in the front of the field. Chase Fincher, Shea McNeely, Michael Odell, 1, 2, 3. Great run for Walker McNulty in P4. In front of Francis Faustino with the P5. Awesome run if he can bring it home. He's got Jesse Coffey 5 seconds back. That is a lap car immediately behind Francis. But great run. Chase Fincher. This lap and maybe one more. This lap and definitely at least one more. Sorry about that. Had a little malfunction here. How about it for Chase Fincher putting on a clinic? And your AM division leader, all by himself in the division, currently P9 overall. Travis Rowe and Robert Snar. Great run for the Walrus Missile in P10. Once again, great drive for Ron Kabiltas. Will extend his AM division lead. But Chase Fincher's coming to the white flag after the final turn 16. Killer drive. One more lap, Chase. One more lap. This is it. Barney's waving the white flag frantically. Michael Odell, P3, 1.2 behind Shea McNeely. Awesome drive for Chase Fincher as he's extending his lead as long as he has fuel. Does Shea McNeely have fuel? Michael Odell is closing in under a second now. on the final lap. This is the last lap. For the final time, Chase Fincher makes it through the final section. And your winner, Chase Fincher, brings it home. For the win. Congrats for a great run to Chase Fincher. You earned it, my friend. Incredible racing. Held off a great fight from multiple drivers, including Logan Bowles, who spun it, ended up having a drive-through. Shea McNeely coming up to give him a high five as he makes it around. Michael Odell, P3. Walker McNulty, P4. Francis Faustino. Jesse Coffey. And Ron Cabiltas, I just missed it. Sorry, Ron. Makes it across the line for a division win in the AM division. Midwest Motorsports will extend his AM division championship lead. All right. Hopefully we'll be able to talk to our winners. Give me a second. See if they've made it up. I see Chase. Give me 1 second. Hopefully Ron will make it. Trying to give Ron Cabiltas a little bit of time to make it up here. I'll send him a DM. There are the final results. Chase Fincher, very hard-fought race, all race long with Logan Bowles before he makes a mistake. Shea McNeely comes home second with the fastest lap for Shea McNeely. Michael Odell brings home a strong third. Walker McNulty, after early mistakes, comes back to P4. Francis Faustino with the top 5. His best run of the league, I believe. Jesse Coffey, a strong P6. Logan Bowles, even with the drive-through for incident overages. Still, Logan Bowles, your pole sitter, comes home in P7. John Daniels, P8. Your AM division leader comes home P9 overall, Ron Cabiltas. Travis Rowe, Robert Snar, Steve Hansel, CJ Barzak, David Stark, Adrian Fedorowski, your top 15. Second in the AM division tonight, Dan Gish, just in front of Kevin Bridges. And Ian Bakaitis brings it home 18th. We'll give Ron just a couple more minutes, a couple more seconds. I will go ahead and speak with Chase if I can. Let me see if I can speak with Chase. Hey, Chase, it's James in the booth. You got me?
Loud and clear.
Hey, Chase, man, what a great drive, man. You must be sweating from forehead down to your chin, man. You got for the whole
Yeah. After the pit cycle, I had a pretty commanding lead, and everything was going fine until that one lap where two different contacts with lap traffic, and that I think it was a 5-second lead. That 5-second lead basically vanished, and at that point it was just push, and then when Logan had his error, I knew he was close to the incident point because when I was behind him at the beginning of the race, he was getting a lot of off tracks. So I wasn't I wasn't too concerned with. Actually, he had 21 incident points, so I don't even know if he did a drive-through penalty or not.
Yes, he did.
Oh, he did.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep. He did, served his drive-through kill. Still came home seventh. That just goes to show how much faster you pro guys are up front.
But yeah,
But yeah,
it was a great battle. When the race started, I got to jump on Shea. I wasn't expecting in that complex of corners 1, 2, 3 to be able to keep a nose out ahead, but there was enough of a gap where he allowed me to kind of toe in behind Logan, and at that point it was just staying with Logan as best I could, and then I noticed he would go a little bit deep in some corners, and I was just kind of waiting for an opportunity to put a nose in there, and when he did, that was how I took the lead. And then from that point on, it was just focus on the next turn, focus on your braking points, your trail braking, hit your apex, throttle out, just focus on your task at hand. Don't pay too much attention to the relative. I would look at it every now and then, but it was overall it was a good race. I had a 0x until lap traffic incident, so I had a clean race going, and I probably would have ended with one, but it is what it is.
That's a tough break. Yeah, I can't imagine how hard it is. With the 26 car field, and of course you don't want them to ruin their race at the same
No,
time.
no, no. I don't
It looks
expect
like
them to hold up at all.
yeah,
But Brian came in a little too hot on the brakes. I saw him, and I was like, okay, well, I need to unwind the wheel. Wasn't enough. We barely made contact, but I lost a lot of time. And then who was it? It was
Aaron Mitchell.
Aaron Mitchell. Yeah, yeah. Hey, Aaron. No big deal. No problem. I was in the groove. I was trying to keep some pace, so I wasn't really talking on the radio to you. But yeah, he got a little. I think he got on power and got a little off a little sideways, and then he kind of put himself right in front of me because I didn't know if he was going left. I didn't know if he was going right. He initially moved left, but when his tire spun, he pushed right into me. But that's what you get passing traffic. You can never really know exactly what someone's going to do, and you just got to keep pushing when you have incidents like that. Don't give up.
That's right. That was going to be my question. Was as much of a distraction as it was, you still have a job to do. And Logan Bull, Shane McNeely, and Michael Odell, three of the other fastest guys in the league, right on your
Yeah,
tail. So you
they
can't.
were right there. So there's no letting up. But like I said earlier, at that point, it's just strictly focus on the next task at hand. If you try to think too much about what they're doing behind you or think too much about a mistake you made in the past, you're just going to start making more errors. So put that out of your mind. Focus on the next task. Bang, bang, bang to get it done, and it paid out.
Yes, it did. You're the winner. That takes a very high racing IQ to be able to maintain focus and to know that the right thing to do is to put it behind you, not let it affect you too much and carry on. So, shout out to you. You've definitely earned this one, man. That was a incredible racing we saw for 60 minutes. You guys were less than half of a second off of your purple lap every lap, man. It was just a really pleasure to watch you guys in the
Thank
pro
you.
division really get around there. So, thanks for putting on a show for us.
Appreciate it. Really.
Great race, Chase. I know we'll see you watching everybody's streams. We'll look for you in the chat, man. Thanks for all you do for
All
us,
right,
man. We
James.
appreciate you. See
See you,
you.
brother.
Great race. And that was your pro division winner and overall Chase Finch. Up now, I do see Ryan Cabiltas has made it to the chat room. Hey, Ron, it's James. Have you got me?
Yeah, I got you, James. How you doing?
Oh, man, I'm great. You had a pretty eventful race too, Ron. Congrats on a great win for your AM division. You're going to extend your championship lead by quite a bit here. So tell us about your race.
Yeah, it went pretty well. I had lost a couple places in the start. I was a little bit I wasn't as aggressive as I wanted to be in the start, so I got passed by a couple of the pro guys. And then I had a good battle with Jesse. I was in I think Jesse's mirrors like for a good 3 or 4 laps. Then I had a mistake, probably about one mistake, and then it put me back to like 2 seconds. So I couldn't recover from that. Had to claw my way back. But yeah, I was telling in the chat that the exit out of turn 6 would always catch me. So I think I was at 0x until probably like midway through, and then I started racking up all the off tracks, and I kind of told myself just to chill and just bring it home.
There were a couple of corners like that. I believe 6 is one of them, where the apex on the inside of the curbs really has a significant camber change that sometimes you can take advantage of. It will also upset your car. How was the McLaren tonight compared to the others? Do you think the strong legs of the McLaren played to your advantage today?
Yeah, I think the McLaren definitely in this track is super powerful. I know when I started doing laps and testing and practices, I was very surprised because I think when I ran this in the officials in the iRacing GT4 Falcon tire one, I could do probably like 44s, but then for some reason today or like this week when I was practicing, I was able to do low 43s and I dipped into the 42s, high 42s. So I think just it was just very I just clicked for some reason this week, and then it was yeah definitely I could see like all mainly McLarens and Porsches up on the top, so it's definitely suited the track suited their manufacturers for sure.
Yeah. Well, again, you had a great race and you extended your championship lead. You had 6 places ahead of your nearest AM division competitor, Dan Gish, who has missed a couple of races already this season. Kevin Bridges was next, and he was currently fourth, over 1,400 points back. So you just really have got a commanding lead on the championship. Do you plan on making the rest of the races this season?
Yeah, plan to make it. Hopefully we'll see. It's still a lot of races. You know, maybe a wet race, I'll bin it again or something in the wall and and lose it.
It happens to all of us. Well, next week we go to a street circuit of Long Beach. What are your expectations there?
I've driven Long Beach a couple of times, and just off, just doing some practices a few weeks back, and it's definitely tight, for sure. So it'll be very interesting to see how that'll go. If there's a bunch of us that'll sign up, and it's definitely going to be some
Yes.
elbows got to come out for sure. Trying to make
Yeah.
sure.
Very tight track. Um, Street circuit again, bumpy, which also could suit the McLaren, but lap traffic. And don't forget, it's a 100-minute endurance race. So we're looking at 2 pit stops as well. So hopefully you can get your practice in along with everybody in the Midwest Motorsports League. We're glad to have you at Midwest Motorsports, Ron. You're doing a great job, and you put on a show for us tonight. You and Jesse, like you said, had a great race. That was fun and entertaining to watch. So thanks again for joining us tonight. We'll look for you next week at Long Beach.
All right, thanks, James. Have a good one.
Thanks, Ron. Congrats. And that's a wrap from the Misano circuit. Once again, as I just mentioned, we go endurance racing next week, 100 minutes from Long Beach, 7 p.m. sign up and practice, 7:25 race time. We'll see you then. I'm James J, reminding you to stay in your lane.